we go then. 20 more minutes stand between Shaun Storry qualifying safely through into the last 16, or Leary re-entering the arena to put him through a 6-red shootout. Both of those two know their way around a 6-red shootout.
Yeah, very different success though.
Very true.
First glance, yellows aren't bad here. Does he have a starter into right centre? Don't like the reds at all. But I think the yellow, if you get on the yellow top right, then the other yellow goes left centre, but he's going to go reds.
How's that for a positional shot? Just about kept it on the table. I mean, if this red goes up the rail, he's had an unbelievable touch.
Well, he must have been playing on it. I mean, he just got the line wrong. Didn't look like it went. Maybe it did before it got the nudge. I don't know. I think the yellows are so much easier.
Certainly now.
Yeah, I'm just surprised that he went reds. I know the yellow into the middle may not have gone. Maybe it was a tricky plan. Maybe the yellow doesn't pass the 8 ball to left centre, the one that I was talking about, but I'm not sure. The pocket's open top right now, so it'll be interesting to see how Shaun goes with his first visit in this match.
Wanting to land. I'm sure he's exactly where he wanted to be.
Well, he had a good look to see whether he could pop this yellow into right centre, the one he's nearest to. Doesn't look on. Maybe you can flick it in with side. That would tell us that it doesn't go to the opposite middle, because that's the way you play for it. If the yellow goes top right, gets you access to it left centre.
Yeah, this is a reroute for sure. And I'm not sure he's come up nicely here. Shaun Storry is already having to work pretty hard. How's your recovery?
And this is digging, isn't it? I mean, that's outrageous, that double.
Is he on the yellow to top right? I'm not sure he is. I think the other yellow's managed to get in the way.
I mean, even if he is, I mean, it's tough, isn't it?
Is he playing this into right centre and going into it? Is that what he's just lined up? Off 2 cushions?
Maybe it's a big shot.
Hold on to your hats. What's there? How's your cue ball? He's not. He's gonna keep digging. He's got the shovel out and he's gonna keep on digging.
I'm not sure he's there. I don't think this squeezes through. I think to get past the yellow, you can't see the right hand yellow. The yellow he's nearest to, I don't think it passes the other yellow to be able to squeeze it in off the red. So, oh, he's just lined up, flicking the red. So yellow off red, off red. I mean, this would be something silly.
Oh, come on. That's a brilliant shot.
Oh, dear me. That's outrageously good.
Well, right at the start of this show, we showed you one of Shaun's clearances from last season. It was in the Pro Series final against Tom Cousins. And it was a similar sort of finish to this, one he had absolutely no right whatsoever to make. Oh, and then then he falls at the last. Would you believe that?
Did he need to do that? Why not just make the pot? Maybe he felt that was easier than making the pot. Maybe it was, and he just got it wrong. Wow, you can't do all that good work and then make that mistake. My word.
Won't someone think of the highlight reel?
I'm really surprised by that. I'm really surprised he didn't just pot that and stun the cue ball across the table. That man will be happy to see that one stay up though.
Yeah, poker face from Dylan Leary, but he'll be absolutely delighted. Tesco right on hand, and he's going to call foul, and Mccullough is going to go 1-0 up here.
Yeah, good call. Real time, I'm like, how is that going to be called? But you see on the replay, got that one right. What's disappointing from Shaun's perspective is if Rab just makes the clearance first visit, he's like, okay, you know, that's happened, you know, but he's had a really tough chance that he nearly made, then had it done and misses, but also, when all's said and done, he's going to look down and realise that this frame used up nearly 7 minutes.
If there's someone who sometimes quite enjoys making life hard for themselves, it is Shaun Storry. It's part of what makes him such an eminently watchable player. But he was so frustrated at not getting out after doing so much hard work. I mean, he nearly took out an early contender for finish of the season.
See him talking about that shot he played. I agree, Shaun, it was outrageous completely. That really was, it was naughty, and you devalue it in a weird way. It almost gets forgotten, doesn't it? The brilliance followed by the mistake, and you remember the mistake, not the brilliance.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, you can't score a goal of the season if you lose 4-1. Doesn't matter.
Exactly.
Boys on the move. Plenty of everything else is on the move too, but nothing is going down the holes, and Shaun Storry that's a little bit of an anxious look back at the table.
Yeah, this is a good layout. These reds go. And right now, Dylan Leary will be starting to get a little bit excited here. He's watched Big Rab make so many big finishes, big clearances for Northern Ireland as he's been cheering him on and as a teammate. If this was in Northern Irish colours, he'd expect him to clear him up. And
well, that right there is the face of excitement.
Because it's not just wanting Rab to get a result. He wants Rab to win. He does not want to be in a 6-red shootout. Slightly tricky to get on the red, yeah, there, to get down the table. Could he have played on that red on the first shot? It looked like he had an angle to play on it, deal with the two at the top, the one in the centre, and then float down on the one on the centre. No, he's played this well, but does he have the angle he wants? It's not perfect. There's very little margin of error on that shot. That's the reason I was wondering if there was a better way to go.
Yeah, he had so much angle, and he's tried to obviously just hold it up with the spin. At least he's not straight.
To be honest with you, I think he'd actually be better if he was straight, because he can come back to the reverse side. He's off straight the wrong way, causing him all. Because if he forces this, I think it throws into the yellow.
Yeah, very true.
See how close he was to the yellow? He'll take that. He's on the red to bottom right. It's not perfect, but
you can see how much spin he had to load up with there to avoid that.
He may have just made a small error at the start of this visit, not getting on that one he's just played. And because of that, he's still out of position. He's giving Shaun Storry hope here. He just sat up in his chair a touch more.
It's the hope that kills you, though.
Yeah.
Still fancy Rab to get these. Just needs to dig into this a touch. That's a pretty good shot.
A perfect flick as well. That's nice.
Here's Mccullough going 2-0 in front. It looks like he is. Mccullough leads 2-0. Little glance at his mate Dylan Leary, and this is why. Let's take a look at the group table. If Shaun Storry loses, Dylan Leary is through. Shaun Storry must, at minimum, get a draw from this match. It would take him through to a 6-red shootout with Dylan. If Shaun Storry wins it, he qualifies. All 3 results offer up 3 different outcomes. The result as it stands sees Shaun Storry exiting the competition.
Monster break, gets a ball. I tell you what, Stephen, we talk all the time about the 4-way 6-red shootout. If Rab goes on and wins this one, which he's obviously in the driving seat for, remember that shot that he played at 3-2 against Brian Halcrow? If that shot goes well and he finishes 3-3, that's the only shot that would have made it a 4-way, if the rest of the results play out as they are, which obviously they don't always do, but that's how close the 4-way is.
If buts and maybes.
I was wondering what you were going to say. Look and see as you smirking at me, but yeah, that's yeah, looking for something. One day.
It is amazing, actually. You know, we see this same format. That was very tight.
The referee's surely going to have a look at this. If I was Shaun, I'd be asking for it. It was an excellent piece of cueing, by the way.
Especially on the beeps.
Yeah, I thought that was over, but our referee happy enough.
It's something that I think, because the beeps were ticking down, it looked like Rab was nowhere near striking. I think that's the moment as a ref and a timer, you're zoning right in and thinking this could be close. So they're obviously happy enough.
Oh, they're 100% confident. There's no way that if it's even in doubt, they come and check it. So, obviously, we were discussing the 4-way 6-red shootouts, not focusing on his shot. So.
Yeah, very true. But I was just about to say, actually, it's amazing. You know, this format has been around a little while now, a good few years, and we've seen so many nights of it. But it is incredible how many sliding doors moments there are.
Yeah, I agree. Well, that wasn't the best of shots. That was not a good shot. Left a poor angle here. Just pull back and play the double. I'm going to try and top behind it. This is very difficult into the middle. It's quite a lot lower than it looks on our main camera.
That's a good shot. Made that look easier than it was.
Yeah, that was not the 8-ball he was looking for when he had them wide open look at the bottom of the table.
And Rab Mccullough leads 3-0. And it's not just Rab Mccullough who'll be pleased about that. The man to your right, your picture, Dylan Leary, at the moment is top of the group and is 1 frame away from his mate Rab from going through. Shaun Storry is bang up against it here. He must win at minimum the next 3 frames. Even then, he gets himself a 6-red shootout for his troubles.
How big is that miss in the opening
enormous.
frame now? You know, going 1-0 up when, you know, it just gives you a little bit more freedom. Since then, he sat and watched reverse clearance, break clearance combination from Rab on the back of the counter. So 3 straight visits to the table for Rab. You've said it many times tonight, Steve. Shaun is so good. Never knows when he's beaten coming from these sorts of positions. But this is, I mean, this is deep.
He by Shaun standards, this would be one of his great escapes. It's a fabulous shot, that, by the way.
Yeah, he's got to play one more really good shot. If he can land straight in top left in 2 shots time, which is not going to be a good line to find, actually. Yeah, he's done well there. But he's still not going to be an easy line to find. He actually might have come down too far. He couldn't leave the high angle because you can't get there from the high. Needed to use the left-hand cushion, but might have to screw the gap now, and the gap isn't big.
Made it missable.
Yeah, that was tough.
Made it missable. Mccullough is going to make Shaun wait. Although if he's left this on, not the greatest shot he's ever played. Shaun calls his extension. And he might be able to get back behind this red to an angle where he could maybe develop the other one.
He doesn't need to do too much, actually. The natural's fine here. Overhit it. He's over. Oh no, it's okay. I thought he'd overhit that when he got it struck, but it's perfect.
It's a lovely shot. Not the greatest safety, that, from Mccullough. Oh, Shaun Storry. It's a very Shaun Storry friend to win. He's played some fabulous pool in it. One bad shot, but there was some great stuff in there. All right, 3-1. 3 minutes and 49 left. Rab to break next. And you know Rab's going to throw the kitchen sink at the break. There's no way that he takes anything off it. You just got to hope that he's dry and he leaves you a split. Hope against hope.
What do you do if you're Dylan? Obviously, we know he sat out there watching. He knows exactly what's going on, but this will feel like torture. When Shaun missed in that previous frame, he was thinking, well, that'll be it. That's the match. But it's still a chance.
It's still a chance. And when there's a chance, there's a flicker of hope. That is the best break that Rab's hit all night, though, and he's hit some good ones. That is an unbelievable break.
Yeah, it really is a sledgehammer. Barely touching it. He's got so much power to spare. What you do here, though? Normally you'd go reds, but red at the bottom is not nice. I don't, there's an argument to go yellows here. Depends on how
yellows are okay. It just depends on. I mean, you'd have to play yellow right middle and then the one up to the top right. And oh well.
I think a rare occasion where I like yellows, and I like yellows because you could get behind that yellow top right second shot. And all you've got to do then is just make sure that the reds don't come into play. You can even use the reds to be on a ball bottom left, and essentially once that's in, you're out. Reds were fiddly. Reds were very fiddly. It's not just going to... If Shaun gets out here, it's not... I was thinking Shaun best hope would be a golden break in the next, but he's going to have plenty of time if he can get out here.
He still needs to get out, though. This isn't easy from him. Oh, my goodness. Can't really hit a ball too much harder than that. Oh, we needed it. He really needed that to drop, and he was in business if it did. Rab Mccullough now surely is going to send his mate Dylan Leary through to the last 16 of the Champions League.
That's a beautiful shot if he's on this yellow at the top, and he is.
Yeah, fantastic from the big man. That is slightly less so.
Listen, one good, one bad. He's got room, I suppose.
Yeah, he's just doing a bit of mileage with the cue ball, running some more clock.
Yeah. Loaded up with side, played that beautifully.
Is he off? Oh no.
I mean,
oh no.
I cannot believe what we've just seen.
Oh no. Well, Rab can smile. I'll tell you someone I know isn't smiling. I'm not looking at him right now, but I can tell you for a fact he's not smiling. It's Dylan Leary. Penny for your thoughts, Mr. Leary. Oh, he is laughing. but that's through pain.
Yeah, that's not a good laughter. Oh my word! That match is over. It's done. Anywhere but put the cue ball in the pocket. That's. Oh dear, oh dear. And I mean, this is Shaun Storry, isn't it? This is Shaun Storry. He's got a minute and a half. He's got plenty. He can still win the match.
This is extraordinary. We don't do live odds for golden breaks, but I would suggest it to you that the odds on a golden break here have shrunk, just purely based off vibe and feeling.
Yeah. He's just deciding which pocket. I like it. The narrow cut break.
He's searching for it.
He's got it moving all night.
It's somehow 3-2.
Something, anything.
Anything he says, nothing he gets. And Mccullough surely is going to see it through from here.
He doesn't have an easy ball on, does he? Does he have an easy opening? Not really. He's got this one along the bottom. If he misses this, there's a chance. 45 seconds, probably 40. Yeah, I prefer the right centre. I think it's an easier pot. I'm with you here, Rab. Yeah, it wasn't too bad in the end. It wasn't too. He was on the one at the bottom thinking that's the ball to win the frame. You don't need to win the frame to win the match. You just have to pot a ball and get on another one.
To that end, if this isn't a full pocket, do you take the one left centre? Squeezed in anyway to make it academic. And Mccullough is going to do his mate Dylan Leary a massive favour here. It will be his first win as an Ultimate Pool Pro, and that is something definitely to take away for Mac. He can be very pleased with that, especially over a player as game and as capable as Shaun Storry. But his result is big news for Dylan Leary. Mac wins it. Shaun Storry is out, and he shakes the hand of the man that overtakes him at the last. Dylan Leary is through to the last 16 of the Champions League, thanks to a favour from his old mate Mccullough. But didn't Rab make him sweat for it? We'll have a chat with Dylan when we come back in just a moment. Welcome back, everybody, into the Ultimate Pool studio. Dylan Leary joins us, the latest member of the Ultimate Pool Champions League last 16, and you did it with just having to watch on. You didn't have the drama of having to play a final game, but well, we'll talk more about your stuff in this chat. But are you a little annoyed at your mate Mac, who has done you ultimately an almighty favour, but my God, he made you sweat for it in the end, didn't he?
Right, yeah. I mean, when he's played that shot around the angles.
Well, now you've mentioned it, Dylan. Let's watch it back for you, just so you can see it in lovely HD for you.
I mean, you can't make it up, can you?
Well, yeah, and when he's punched it, and he tends to hit the ball. He does punch, and he's such a good purist as well. I mean, yeah, I just knew that was in. As soon as it came off that second, it was right in your corner, wasn't it? You're right down the line. It weren't going to be on the black anyway, but that wasn't going to be any problem. But yeah, but he tried his heart out for me, and fair play, because he didn't, he was out, but he's got to make an account of himself. He wants to win his first pro game, so and he's a teammate. I knew he'd give him 100%, and fair play, and he did.
How relieved though to actually have that happen and not have to go through the 6-red shootout. Obviously, you could have,
with my record.
Well, and Shaun's record as well. That's what I wanted.
He's got a bad record, or has he got a good record?
No, he's got a good record.
Oh well, yeah. He's done me I think he's had me in 2 of them. By half a second in one. I remember that one.
He's done that to a lot of people, though, not just you.
I know. He seems, he studies it, and he's a clever player. I wouldn't have fancied doing the 6-red, to be fair. But I need to get that duck. I think I've got 12 6-reds, 6 losses, 12 losses.
You need to go and speak to your other Northern Irish teammate, because Declan Brennan, he's been through the same thing, and now he's got his record is starting to improve. I think he's won 4 or 5 on the trot now after losing the first 12. So there is a way.
I need to find it. Yeah.
I wanted to ask, because obviously it was a really good group tonight. I always felt like it was quite well balanced, especially when sort of you and Shaun came in as sort of maybe a level above, at least ranking-wise, than Brian and Rab, but they both really played their part, and I felt like if they did, we were in for a great group, and that's what it turned out to be. But obviously, you're watching that last match, and you've got your mate Rab there, and you're cheering him on, and he's a great player, and all the rest of it. But do you get like a little bit of an aura around Shaun Storry, and you just think, this guy just will never go away? He seems to be a harder person to beat than anybody else on the tour.
Yeah, he's a tough cookie to crack. He gives it 100% every time. And that's why he must be in the top 8, I think. He?
Yeah, he is. Great season last year.
Yeah, he's a cracking player, cracking lad actually. So he's got something. He's got something. Like most players have, they've got their. He's very determined and a very clever player, like I said earlier, and he will make you work, and he did tonight.
Well, you got there though. How are you feeling about your game though? Obviously, I know that you did have the loss in the middle there, but overall it felt like you actually played a really solid night of ball. It's just the volatility of ultimate ball. It's tough to consistently put the wins together. Yeah,
I'm hitting the ball nice. I was saying to you, against Shaun, I sort of got funny chances, where they're just not, when you just want an easy pattern, where you just had an awkwardness. I left a couple of horrible blacks down the rail and that. But yeah, in general, my game's in good shape. The back end of last year, it's sort of, I was struggling, but I've had a break, and it's quite nice to have that break and then come back a bit refreshed. So,
do you sort of look at the start of, obviously this is the start of the next season? Is it a kind of review how the last couple of seasons have gone and think, what do I need to do differently this year to make that breakthrough and get that silverware?
Yeah, definitely. Probably me more mentally. I think got to be a bit stronger in the tougher games. A bit like Shaun, I need to work on what Shaun does. He can, even when he's not playing well, he will make you work, and he'd nick a 7-6 off you, or he will put you through the ringer.
There's a lot of players on the tour though. We analyse them, and we kind of, you look at certain players and you think, oh, he needs to work on this or he needs to work on that. We look at your game and we're thinking, well, you've got everything. There's nothing that sort of stands out that says that's a weakness that you need to work on. It feels like you just always seem to play very solid matches, but it's just a tough way to break through. It's just very difficult.
Yeah, as I said earlier, I think sometimes it's mentally. I can. My mind wanders sometimes in matches, and I even have conversations with myself. It's really funny if I miss this shot,
I can relate to that. I really do relate to that.
I have daft, and it's, and that's probably why, I have that expression on my face when I play, because I'm trying to, just be more determined and,
Honestly, I really do relate to that. I've been over 8 balls and thinking this would be a bad one to miss,
yeah.
which is not a great thought.
No, I can imagine. I mean, it's interesting what you say there, Dylan, about how you felt like you'd really sort of down into the last year, at least in terms of form. Because in the middle section of the year, I actually thought you played some great stuff, and you seem to be really knocking on the door pretty hard of a couple of tournaments. It just feels like you just need that one to fall your way at the right time, and it will just sort of click into gear a little bit for you.
Absolutely, yeah. I know that period. It was around August, I think, and I got a semi and I got a quarter final, and I was playing. And when I got to the semis, I've beaten Tom and Jack, and
you played an amazing
some
tournament,
really good players, and I lost on a 6 red shootout, funny enough.
I did want to mention it.
The game is there.
Yeah.
And like I say, it is fractions and percentages of maybe being a bit more mentally stronger in those situations, in the 6 red shootout, not having, I can't win one of these, because I know I can win one. It's just...
Yeah.
It's just the way it's fallen.
You've just got to get over that hurdle. But it's a great start to the season for you. We can say that you are through into the last 16 in the Champions League, which is always a nice thing to say. And we wish you very best of luck when we see you again. A few weeks, British Open should be good. And best of luck for the rest of the 2012 season, Dylan. It should be an absolutely brilliant one. Just before we let you go tonight, though, we will show you what's coming up for you next week. This is to join Dylan in the last 16. It's a pretty good group next week as well. Hiten Patel and Phil Harrison, the established Ultimate Pool pros, but debuts for Zach Cooper and Rob Chambers on the Ultimate Pool Pro Circuit. Looking forward to next week immensely. You can join Si then on Monday, same time, same place next week. Until then, it's good night.
Oh my word. Oh my God.
Your Champions League winner is Declan Brennan.